What's up, Doc? Hi, I'm Doug, and welcome to Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas. Today we're gonna make some delicious cream cheese bars, and it has an Easter theme to it, so stay tuned. Well, welcome back. So let's talk about the ingredients we're going to need to make our delicious cream cheese bars. First of all, we're gonna need 1/4 of a cup of granulated sugar, 1 cup of all-purpose flour. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of whole milk, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and I like to use the juice from a fresh lemon. It smells so good. You're going to need 1 package of Philadelphia cream cheese. This is 8 ounces, the original. 1/3 of a cup of unsalted butter. 1/3 of a cup of light brown sugar. All right, this is light brown sugar. And then 1 egg. And super important is 1/2 cup of toasted chopped walnuts. This is gonna make it so yummy. And these are basically the ingredients for our cream cheese bars. Now if we slide over here, we're going to talk about the topping. We're gonna actually put a little icing on top of these bars, and it's gonna be very Easterish. So first of all, we're gonna need 4 cups of, this is powdered sugar. You're also going to need another package I should say, of the 8 ounce original Philadelphia cream cheese, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and you're also going to need 1 stick or 1/2 cup of unsalted butter. Now, for our decoration, we're going to use these kind of like these sprinkles. Now, if you can find the green sprinkles, use those instead, but I went to Target today, could not find the green sprinkles. I found the green sugar, but not the green sprinkles. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this. This is actually from Halloween, and I'm gonna put that on top mixed with some green sugar. So hopefully it's gonna look like Easter grass. Keep your fingers crossed. I'm looking for Easter grass, right? And then I'm gonna top it with these mini robin eggs, these Whoppers, as like a little decoration. So I think it's gonna look really cute. Everything's edible, so let's get baking. Okay, so welcome back. So I have my small bowl here. I put my 1 cup of flour in here. I'm also going to add my 1/2 cup of the chopped walnuts in here. And then my 1/3 cup of light brown sugar, but make sure it's well packed, all right? And then you're gonna add that in there. We're just going to mix this up with our mixer. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna gradually add my butter to this. You wanna make sure you melt your butter. You don't wanna put your butter in there hot. So just make sure that it kind of cools down a little bit, but make sure it's pretty much melted. And we're going to add a little bit at a time our melted butter. All right, so I'm gonna add my melted butter, a little bit at a time. Okay, that should be good. I'm just using my hands. Make sure your hands are always clean to crumble it up a little bit. And what you can do is you can actually take about 1/3 of this and use it as a topping, like kind of like a little crumb topping, which we're not going to do because of the cream cheese. But you could do that if you didn't want to make the cream cheese icing. And so you would take approximately maybe 1/3 of that. But we're going to use this pan here. This is an 8-inch square pan. And we're going to add that. And you just want to press down. And we have our oven preheating to 375. We're going to bake this for around 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, 10 to 12 minutes, and then we'll work on the filling, that cream cheese filling, yum. All right, so you press down, looks good. I like using my fist sometimes, the back of my fist, press press it down, make sure it's nice and even. Don't forget the corners. All right, so now I'm gonna put this in the oven and let it bake for around 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, so now for my filling, I want to get another bowl and we're going to add our cream cheese. Make sure you get every bit of that cream cheese. Yum. And we're going to add our 4th cup of sugar. And I'm just going to beat that at first. Or I should say mix it. And now what I want to do is I'm going to get my lemon, and I'm going to cut my lemon, get the juice. I have my lemon juice juicer. And remember, we want approximately a tablespoon. Here's my lemon juice. I'm going to do my 2 tablespoons of milk. And then my egg. I'm going to beat that in. So after it bakes for about 10 to 12 minutes, you want to get the filling, and pour the filling on. And spread that out just a little bit. I want to make sure it's nice and even. I just like to use the back of my spoon here. All right, and now we're going to add it back into the oven, and we're going to bake it for another 20 minutes. Okay, so now we're going to make the frosting, and so we're going to get our powdered sugar. Remember, we're going to need around 4 cups of powdered sugar. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then we're going to add our Philadelphia cream cheese that has been softened. You want to make sure that your cream cheese is softened and that your butter is softened. Add our butter. And I like to kind of break up my butter a little bit. I chop it up into cubes. Just like that. All right, so I put that on high. It makes it nice and fluffy. Now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And my 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Give it a little taste. Oh. Oh yeah. That is super good. I just wanted to show you up close. See how nice and fluffy this icing is. So good. Okay, so it's been about 21, 22 minutes. So depending on your oven, it could take 20 minutes, it could go maybe 25 minutes. So you definitely want to take a look at it and just check it when you see that it's set. And that's what you're looking for. So it is done. We have to let this cool on a drying rack. Let it cool completely. It's so important that it cools completely. And once it's cooled completely, then we can start icing it and then putting our Easter decorations on it. So stay tuned. Okay, so it's been approximately an hour, so I let it cool down. Now you want to go with a dull knife and just kind of cut around the sides, loosen it up. And we're going to be cutting the bars. And when we cut the bars, we got to probably cut them around 2 inches or so, 2-inch squares. So we're going to get 9 bars. That tastes good already. So I'm going to cut it into thirds. Let me remove this wire rack so I have a better base. Yummy. And you can give these as gifts, which is what we're going to do. We're going to put it in a box. Not all of them, just a couple. Gosh, that's good. All right. And gently, first one is always the hardest. And place them right here on this wire rack. And like I said, these are really good just by themselves. You don't have to do the cream cheese icing, but we're just doing that just to decorate it for Easter. But these are any time of the year. Cream cheese bars, yum. Hope you try this recipe, guys. Super yummy. Anything with cream cheese. I'm telling you. I gotta work on my diet, but this is not helping. But you know what? You only live once, right? And you want to be happy and healthy. Okay. Okay, guys, so here we go. We're going to decorate it. I have a icing spatula here, and I decided I'm gonna do it in a circular fashion. So it looks like a nest. Let me add some here, and then swirl it around. Like that. So I decided not to use the sprinkles that were Halloween because it just looked too Halloweenish. So I'm just going to use the green sugar, all right, because I don't have the green sprinkles. See, these are the sprinkles that I was talking about, but this is chocolate, so I didn't want to use those. Some of these Whopper little eggs, place them. Oh my gosh, look how cute that looks. Doesn't that look cute? And these taste so good, guys. Here's another one, look. Just press those eggs into the icing so they don't go anywhere. Super cute, really easy to do. This is actually a lot of icing for this, but if you make another round of bars, it would be perfect. And that's what I'm gonna do because I'm gonna be giving some of these as gifts. So that's why I made that much icing. But if you wanted to just make one round, which consists of 9 bars, then you would just cut the ingredients for the icing in half. All right, look at that. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. Super, super cute. All right, I'm gonna continue icing and decorating my cream cheese bars, and then we'll start packaging them, so stay tuned. Okay, so welcome back. So now we're going to talk about how we're going to package our delicious cream cheese bars. And these are some of the things that you're going to need. First of all, you'll need these boxes. Now you can purchase these boxes on Amazon. I'll try to leave the link below so you can easily find it. But basically on the size, it depends on the size that you want. This is really 6 inches, sort of like this is 6 inches on top, and then it's 4 by 6 on the side. So depending on the size box you want, that's what you probably need to order. I think these are just a really good size to give someone as a gift. So this is a box that we're going to kind of put together. So let me show you how we're going to put this together. Basically, it's easy. Just follow the folds. And then it has these little insertions right here to keep it sturdy. Just like that. And see how that is very easy. And then you want to fold down the flaps and even this flap right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to decorate this box now. And you don't have to decorate this box. You could actually just tie a ribbon on this and give it as an Easter gift. That would be great, but I'm gonna try to make it a little bit special. So what we're gonna do, we have this cardstock. This is like kind of like a light brown cardstock, and I have 1 piece of dark brown. So you'll need 4 pieces of the light and 1 dark brown. Now the dark brown is actually gonna be the handle, and the light brown is going to be for the sides. So let's see how many sides we're going to use. We've got the top, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 for the sides. So 4 pieces really should be enough for that light brown. All right, so this top measures 4 by 6. Now it's so helpful if you have a paper cutter, but if you don't, then of course you would just measure it on your cardstock and then just cut it by hand. But when you have a paper cutter, it makes it a lot easier. So we want 6 by 6, and there's my top, all right? And you don't have to do the bottom, you just worry about the top. And you're also going to need some double-sided tape. So that's gonna be on the top of the box. Then we gotta do the sides. So basically for the sides, it's 4 by 6. So I'm gonna start with this piece here. This way I don't waste. That's 6, and then I need 4. All right, so there's one side. See how that's gonna go on the side like that? And then I'm gonna use the other ones. Now the reason why I say you need 4 pieces is just in case you make a mistake. So it's always best to have a little bit more. But really, you don't need that many pieces. Here's another one for the other side. Perfect. Got a few more to go. So this is 6 here. And then we're gonna do 4 there. There's another side. Now I got one more side to go. 6 and 4. Perfect. All right. So now I got my 4 sides. I'll move this out of the way. And we're going to just use our double-sided tape. Now, I like to place the double-sided tape on my box. This way I can just lay the paper on top. And I'm just kind of doing the 4 corners first, and then I'll add some to the side. Place it on. There we go. Give it a nice little press. Now, if you go a little crooked like I just did, just take it off and reposition. There we go. to just press down, just like that. See how easy that is? All right, and I'm gonna do the sides now. Now, this flap doesn't matter because this is gonna be tucked in, so you don't have to cover that flap. All right, let's try to make it as easy as possible. Okay, great, so my box is all done. Looks great. Can you see that? And there's a little flap. Now, what we wanna do now is make the handle. And the way I'm gonna do the handle is I'm going to use my dark brown paper. And I want to do 2 1-inch thick kind of like strips, I should say. So 1 inch thick. I'm going to, let's see, measure this. This is 8.5, so I'm gonna go to 7.5. And I'm gonna do 2 of them. Okay. And the reason why you want 2 is because 1 would not be tall enough. I mean, it's passable, but we're gonna make it just a little bit longer. And I'm actually going to overlap these 2. So when I overlap it, this part in the middle is gonna be a little bit thicker, which is what you want. You want a sturdy handle. So I'm gonna get my double-sided tape again, and I'm gonna place my double-sided tape kind of like in the middle of my strip. And then I'm gonna lay this one on top. So we have approximately, how much is that? That's probably about 3 inches on both sides. And I'm gonna lay it right on top. Perfect. And I'm gonna add just a little bit more tape down here. Just like that. All right. You wanna bend it just a little bit. We're gonna tuck it, actually we're gonna tuck it right underneath the, flap, because you don't wanna tuck it on the sides because then you can't open it. So you definitely want to tuck it on the sides. Or underneath, I should say, underneath the flap. So what I'm gonna do is get that 3 inches. I'm gonna put tape at the very end, and I'm going to fold it inwards. You wanna probably do it in the middle, okay? And then I wanna do the same on this side. All right, perfect. Look at that. Got my little handle there. Let me bend this just a little bit more. There we go. We're gonna use just a little regular Scotch tape just to secure it right here underneath. There we go. Now it's totally secure. How cute is that? All right, and then we want to use this dry wax paper just inside, just to keep the cookies nice. So I'm gonna put a couple of layers down like that. And then, one last thing we're going to do after we fill them with cookies is we're going to add these little embellishments. So I have this really pretty spring ribbon. Look at that, super cute. And we're gonna tie it with our carrots. Now these carrots I found at Hobby Lobby. All right, so now let's put our cookies in our box and finish it up. Okay, so we have our box here that we decorated, and I have my wax paper. You just wanna put a couple of sheets at the bottom. Now, depending on how many you wanna give, I'm gonna be giving 3. So I'm gonna choose really nice ones, and yummy. And you want to place them neatly in the box. Actually, you know what, I'm gonna do 4 because I could fit 4. So I'm gonna do that. Very nice. So let's take a look. So we can see how nicely they look in the box. And now we're going to close it up and put some decorations on the box. Okay, so once it's in the box, we're gonna close the box like that, and we can see how pretty that looks. And to make it extra festive, we have these little carrots here, and I'm thinking to tie it onto the handle, put a nice little bow on the side here. Fluff out your bow. Look how cute that looks. And they are filled with some delicious cream cheese bars. Anyone would love to have this as a present. Really easy to do, looks great. So I think it looks pretty cool. Thank you so much for joining us on Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas today. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe and give this video a like. And until next time, my friends, happy healthy living. Bye-bye. Take a bite. So good. That's good.